call her Miss Lucky, she was born in a hurricane. The wind blew her down a dark and magic lane. The solo records were more sort of moody, singer-songwriter-y, you know, and more influenced by John Prine and Christopherson and Johnny Cash and like J.J. Cale, things like that. And so the way we really sound when we just naturally play is what this new record sounds like. And we have two sounds, and as a result, we made a double record set. Well, Kathy won't share, Kathy won't share, Kathy won't share my love. Kathy's not fair, Kathy's not fair, Kathy won't share my love. Kathy won't share, Kathy won't share, Kathy won't share my love. Kathy's not fair, Kathy's not fair, Kathy won't share my love. In terms of being personal, one of the worst things for any of us is when we write a song and it's about a girl, because every one of us are married and every one of us get a good ass chewing every now and then. And so it never fails. It never fails. Who's that about?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, it's not about anybody really. It's kind of a, you know, it's a mixture of like several people. But if you write one that's like a negative song about a girl, they're always convinced it's about them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't even have blonde hair. What do you mean? You know. Beautiful is all that comes to mind. It's hard to even look and not go blind. Hey, beautiful is all that comes to mind. We're opening for our old buddies ZZ Top for a couple of shows in Alabama and Mississippi, and so we're playing a variety of, you know, types of venues, from bigger theaters to smaller theaters to rock and roll clubs to megadomes. So it's kind of all over the place. And the smaller theaters, we do kind of a stripped down version of it, really. Please help me out if you are so inclined. Hey, beautiful is all that comes to mind. The words just seem to be so hard to find. Well, I don't know if it's a rock opera, but it's a rock opera. It's called Dinosaur, and it's really just a thing that we wrote several years ago, and people who hear it love it. But it's not like, I would imagine, you know, Tommy and things like that wouldn't be as commercially successful these days, maybe, as they were then. I don't know. I don't know if there's a market for a rock opera, but we can put it out on the internet, you know, and people who dig that kind of thing might dig it. It's a lot of different musical styles on it. It's not. It's all
not any one thing.
Yeah, it's not any one thing. But it has a theme, which is dinosaur, which means, how do you live in this current social climate when you grew up in the heyday of rock and roll? That's really what it's about. And it's sort of our version of The Wall, you know, I guess you'd say. It's sort of like, what do you do now? It's like when the audience is sort of taken over and you're wondering, where did all the nice stuff go, you know? Sometimes when Kathy is at work all day, it leaves me with nothing to do.